Ellington the pass to Lopez. He kicks to Ellington. Johnson wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pistons trail by 5. Outside Jackson. Pass to Drummond. Outside for Jackson. 5 on the clock. Shoots the 3. Drummond dishes to Ilyasova. Lopez with the block. Drummond. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Here's Johnson. Again, Johnson missing.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Drummond a screen. The drive by Jackson. Here's Dinwiddie. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And finally, someone scores.
I tell you what, Greg, it's not been pretty, I'll say that much. These offenses have been really struggling.
Here's Sloan. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
And that one's good by Lopez. Pistons trail by 4. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Jackson. Deflects the pass. Ellington kicks to Johnson. To the left side wing. Young passes to Lopez. And it's sent back by Drummond. And now the Pistons fast break. Jackson's got the ball. And that one's good.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Markel Brown comes in for Wayne Ellington. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Detroit. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Here's Sloan. There's a screen by Robinson. 5 to shoot. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Now here's Johnson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Cleveland. There's a screen by Robinson. Kicks it out to Johnson. He dishes it to Young. Puts up the baby hook. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Here's Johnson following the score by Reggie Jackson. Looking to end the run, and he drops that one in. Johnson's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
I tell you what, I can't argue with the result, but a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there.
Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Right wing, off the screen, and Detroit again with the bucket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Sloan following the bucket by the Pistons. Young left side, fires from 18. That misses off the backboard. Pistons leading by 4. Out to the right wing. There's the pick. Drummond a screen. And Ilyasova kicks to Dinwiddie. Bargnani is checked in for Joe Johnson. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Ilyasova. Steve Blake's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Jennings in for Jackson. And Brooklyn making a change here. Larkin's checked in. Tolliver for three. But he gets it back.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Bargnani a screen on Jennings. Larkin kicks to Bargnani. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Bargnani's got 6.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Now here's Jennings. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Larkin. Picked by Bargnani. Here's Brown. The rebound by Blake. Jennings drives in. Goes back up. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And let's take a quick peek at the 2K leaderboard and the steal leaders from the point guard spot for the last 10 games. And you look at Jackson. Always dangerous on the court. He leads the league. And, of course, Brandon Jennings, another guy that can cause some havoc.
And with these guys, they are always going to give you an equally outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. I mean, it takes very aggressive defense to put up steal numbers like that.
And you love the mindset this guy has at the defensive end. He wants to impact the game defensively, and you love that attitude.
Now, here is Bargnani. He has 6. Out left to the wing. Larkin. Money from the wing. Larkin's got 5 points so far. Pistons leading by 5. Jennings with the ball. There's a screen. It's hauled in by Brown. And it's Baines missing. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Bargnani dishes to Reed.
And let's quickly take a look at some stats for Jennings. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
And the Nets making a change here. McCullough's checked in. Here's Larkin. 5 points in the game. Bargnani a screen on Jennings. Wide open. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Bargnani. For the Nets, and they're driving. They were fantastic, Clark. Second in the league last year in field goal percentage off those drives.
And a big reason for that is the strength and size of their guards, because they all can finish in traffic, and that's how you get high shooting percentages. You have to make tough shots against contact.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pistons?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Johnson, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. McCullough, no good.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Here's Blake. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And now the Pistons fast break. Johnson's got the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Pistons. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough. And, of course, Brooklyn, they're tied right now.
And checking out Detroit, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
Well, I would certainly hope so. I mean, it's been hard to watch this team struggle as much as they have throughout most of this season.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Pistons have missed out on some chances at the line today. 0-6 of 11.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Lopez comes in for Bargnani. And Ellington is subbed in for Reed. And Lopez throws it down.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Nets trail by 5. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Larkin. 5 points in the game. Offensive rebound. The Nets have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
He's perfect from the line this time. Up top, Jennings. He's got 8. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he makes the first. Brandon Jennings hits them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Jacks up a 3. His shot is off. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Pistons lead by 5. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Here with Andrea Bargnani. And Andrea, a nice shooting night for you so far, and seems like you've really been in top form. What changed in your offensive approach?
Nothing, I just play every game is the same. If the ball doesn't go in, I don't get upset. Just play every game the same approach.
Even-tempered is probably a good thing, Andrea. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They started to take control of the game in the second quarter and pulled away nicely, heading into halftime up by 5. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing, so no problem here tonight.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
You got to get more aggressive on the glass. Over the first half, we saw them being schooled down low. You know what I'm going to say, Ernie. Barbecue chicken. If I was coach in the locker room right now, they'd be getting an earful. Extra rebounding. Effort will pay off in other ways. The energy is really where it starts. Something like that, Ernie.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.